Hey everybody, it's me, Ginevra, and I'm here today with our activity box for the letter B, for introducing and exploring the letter B, as well as activities for forming the letter B itself. Um, Letter B had a ton of stuff, so I actually had two bins when I did this with my little guy. And the first bin I had was this one. And on Monday, we took the things out of the box together and we said their names and what they were. So we started off with a blue blanket, and I spread the blue blanket on the floor, and we put the other things on the blue blanket. I have a box. Thank you, Amazon. I have a baby. Oh, baby. Are you cold, baby? Do you want to get wrapped up in a blanket? And we can wrap the baby up in a blanket. Something to keep in mind is that all of these things can become activities, things to keep your little one busy. If you follow more of a Montessori approach to fewer toys out at a time, these can be in your toy rotation or your activity rotation. In a preschool classroom, I would have in our home center, I would have babies and blankets. And these are activities that tie in that phonics sound B. I have a bag. You could, or in the home center, you could have bags for going grocery shopping, and they could put all their food in the bags. Or that could be an activity. You could pretend to go shopping around your house and put things in a bag. I have bread. I might get out my bread, my food slicing activity set from Melissa and Doug. And we went through all of these and we talked about what they were. I have blocks. Are they all the same? No, some blocks are blue and some are tan or light brown, aren't they? They're different. Here's another block. Oh, look. Has the letter B on it. B says B, B, B. Oh, these are fun. What are they? He said this was a flower. So it looks like a flower, doesn't it? I would probably put this on a present. It's a bow. This one's yellow. What color are these bows? They're blue. How about this one? Red. It's a red bow. Look at all these bows. And you could do an extension activity where you do some free art, maybe with paper, and they could stick bows on it, or they could pretend to wrap a present, or maybe have a birthday coming up, and they could wrap a birthday present. What's this? Oh, it's a boy builder. He builds things. Do you like to build things? You could have a blocks center for building blocks. Be a builder. Oh, I have Belle. Belle loves to read. Belle. What's this? It's a brush for brushing your hair. We would brush his hair. It's a fun sensory thing there. Oh my goodness, this is a really, really big bug. It's a big bug. I mean, big bug. And last but not least, I have a bear. It's a Care Bear with hearts. I think this Care Bear loves you. Mwah. So those are some fun B things. If you have birthday supplies, you could have a pretend birthday party and make pretend birthday cupcakes or something to eat. Fun extension activities that you can take those phonic sounds that you want to talk about and pull them into other things and activities that you're doing with your kiddo. This is my bin of all the things I usually have. Actually, I'm going to leave it here. That what we've been doing. So I have my floor mat letter B, and he took it out and put it back in and felt it. And we talked about the B says B, B, B. Sang the song. The B says B, 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 B. Every letter makes a sound. The B says B, like bear or baby or bumblebee. He loved doing this one, making the letter, building it, and we have a big line down, hop to the top, little curve to the middle, little curve to the bottom. Hey, look what happens. Here's a big B. Here's a little B. Big B, little B, and he had fun playing around with that. All of this took us about 10-15 minutes to go through the stuff in the bin and talk about it and put it away. And every day I spent about 10 minutes doing an activity with him after we had explored some of the things in it. I have a little container with lots of examples of the letter B, capital B's, lowercase b's, and in different textures that I got from puzzles and magnet sets, from various things that I had for different activities around the house. We have our flashcard for the letter B that gives an example of something that starts with that letter sound. Boy blowing bubbles. And then I have a little letter B to match it up. Big B, little b. He likes to call them, oh, cute little baby B for the lowercase number. Here I have Bumblebee. We're into Transformers at our house. My older kiddos are, and so the little one knows all about Bumblebee and likes to play with that. And so I have my car mat, and I like this one because it shows the ground and the sky, so you know which way to orient it so they don't get it mixed up and backwards. And so Bumblebee went on a ride all the way around B and the little B too. And I have my other mat. He wasn't so interested in this one this week in putting anything in the circles. That was fine. He did love the shapes and building the letter B like a puzzle and putting those together. He did that a few times in a row. He had a lot of fun with it. And we talked about the sound the B makes and how it's a big line and two curves. And here we have a big line and a small curve. One small curve. I have pictures that I found in different coloring books that I had gotten from the dollar store. It had a bee with a bus and a block. Here we have a bear holding a baby bottle. And it was just fun to expose him to the different sounds. Here we have a bee and a beehive. Oh, we love bananas. I kept trying to get him to color this one this week, and he just wasn't interested. And so I had to be a little more creative and think of something that would interest him. He loves our whiteboard and walking around with our whiteboard marker and coloring on it. And he's always saying, color with me, mommy, color with me. And I say, okay. And we make letters and things. So I stuck a page, a free printable that I got online, inside of a page protector, and he just colored on it. And we talked about the things that were on it and finding the big B's and the little B's. He's younger, so he doesn't have the fine motor control to be able to do the circle around the little letters, but we found them and we talked about them. And remember, all of these activities that I did were over the course of a week. It wasn't everything in one day. Also in my bin of activities, I have books. And I have, of course, my B book. And this one is the most fun because the things inside the box that little B collects get bigger and smaller. So little B goes on a walk and she finds things that start with B, and she collects them. And at the back of the book, there are more words with little B, and we point to the things and we talk about them. Look, it's a butterfly and a bug. Is a butterfly a kind of bug? Are they similar? That means, are they like each other? Also in here, I had a book about birds, and that was fun. You can have a book about butterflies. I have Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. That's a really fun book. I have one of his favorites, Brown Bear, Brown Bear. And so we would sing through this book and read it together and find the letter B's in it, the letters that said B, B, B. Some other fun things this week, we ate bananas for our snack, and for breakfast they had bagels. You could have blueberries and blackberries. You could have broccoli and beans. So a lot of fun foods. Some songs that we sang Apples and Bananas. We sang Brown Bear. We sang The Wheels on the Bus and Baby Bumblebee. If you don't know that song, so you Hold your hands like this. I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Ouch! It stung me. I'm squishing them. It just goes on from there. And so that's a fun song that has the B sound in it quite a lot. We did bubbles this week. We did some painting with blue, black, and brown. We made brown paint. My pre-K boy had a lot of fun making the brown paint with mixing the primary colors. And we used a Q-tip. I just cut, I don't know which way is upside down. I'd cut a butter, fold it in half, make a B like you're doing a letter B, cut it out. And I got a Q-tip and some paint and let them have at it. My boys had fun with that. So I had black and blue and brown butterflies. You can talk about symmetry, pull in some math with this. If you wanted to, you could have them you'd have to paint with more paint than you normally would and fold it in half and squish it together and talk about symmetry being the same on both sides. I didn't because it wouldn't have worked with the way that they were painting with the Q-tip. I didn't do that on this one, but you could do it if you were doing paintbrushes or something. You could build with blocks. You could play with balls in a bucket. We did that this week. We have a bunch of balls in a ball pit. And so we picked up the balls and put them in a bucket and dumped the bucket into the ball pit. And that's gross motor. And talking about what we're doing, the process, and that's language development. You could do find pictures to color online. There's a fun Pete the Cat activity with buttons. You'd want to make sure your child's older than 3 for that one so that it's not a choking hazard. You could do beads on a pipe cleaner and do some beading and lacing, and that can be a lot of fun. You could build a bed with blocks. So many letter B activities that you can bring in the language as they're working on it, and you can do it together. Fun letter building activities, so many on Pinterest. That's what I had for the letter B this week. If you did something different or you have a really fun activity that you do with your kiddo, I would love to hear it. Just remember that letters are fun. It's language, and you're creating a language-rich environment as you're mindful of the kinds of things that you're doing with your kiddo. It helps them grow. Reading is so awesome to do with your kiddo, and if you can bring in the letter B sound with it, great. If not, if they really want to read about trucks, go ahead and read about trucks. They're reading, they're growing. Those were just some fun things that you could put in your letterbox for this week for the letter B. I'll see you guys later. Bye.